Now, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We welcome us to another Nahw class, and we are looking at today al-mu'rab wal-mabniyu. Al-mu'rab wal-mabniyu. Mu'rab means declinable words, while mabniyu means indeclinable words. So you can see the heading. We have the declinable and indeclinable words. Now, the first thing they want us to note is that every Arabic word, any Arabic word you see, either ismu, fi'l or harf, it is either declinable, it is mu'rab or indeclinable, or it is what mabniyu. So that's the first thing we want us to take. We can see that that's the first point. The second is definition of mu'rab. What do we mean by when they say a word is declinable in Arabic or it is mu'rab? You can see that it is written there. They are the words that have the feature of changing their endings according to their grammatical position and the governing agents acting on them in Arabic sentence. What are we trying to say? For instance, many times you have seen word like in the Quran, like Ismu Jalala, you say Allahu. Another time you see what? You see that Allah taking what? That Ismu Jalala taking Fatih, Allah. That Ismu Jalala taking Kesro, you see Lahi. Why is it so? Because that Ismu Jalala is what? It is mu'rab. You see Zaidun, Zaidin, Zaidan. Why? Because it is mu'rab. So when the end of a word can change because of the position it is or because of the governing agents acting on it, we see such word is mu'rab. Look at, for example, we say Zaidun alimun. In the first sentence here, Zaidun alimun. Zaid is a learned person. Zaid here is taking what? Is taking rafun. Don't more like. You can see don't more time. Do you get now? That is what we call rafun. Don't more like something. So if you look at the second statement, because of the we say inna Zaidan alimun. Verily Zaid is what? Is a learned person. You see that inna is a governing agent that he govern on Zaid and make it to take what? It makes Zaid to take what? Nasbu there. Nasbu means Fatiha-like signs. That's what we call Nasbu. So you can see that it's taking Fatiha. It is the inna that is acting on the Zaid. So where it is taking Zaidu before, it has made it to take what now? To take what? Nasbu. It becomes Zaidan. Look at the third sentence. Godibtu ala Zaidin. I'm angry with Zaid. I'm angry with Zaid. You can see that the Zaidin is taking what? He's taking Jari here. He's taking Kesro-like sign. You can see he's taking Kesro-tan. Why? Because of this Allah that acted upon it. It is coming after Allah. So you can conclude conclusively here that Zaid is mu'rab because in a position in a particular situation we see it taking what? Rafun. In another situation we see it taking what? Nasbu. In another station, we see it taking Jari, or we can say it is taking Domotan here, it is taking Fatihatan here, it is taking Kesotan here. So that means words like this that we see in Semitic language, when we see something like that, we see they are declinable. You get now. So the term used for them in Arabic, we call them what? Mu'rabun. Do we get? We call it mu'rab. So words like that, there are plenty words, majority of words, or majority of nouns. Like waladun, waladin, waladan, zaidun, zaidan, zaidin, Allahu, Allahi, Allaha, many words like that. So do we get now? So quickly we move to mabniyu. That's the opposite of mu'rab. Said on another word, on another hand, that package, the Arabic indeclinable words they are referred to as what? Mabniyu. They say they are those words that their vowel endings never change, whatever their grammatical position or the governing agents acting on them. So words that permanently their end parts will never change, we call them words mabniyu, irrespective of the position, irrespective of the governing agents acting on them. For instance, we have zalika. Look at this zalika. It will always remain zalika irrespective of what happened. Zalika alimun. That is a learned person. Zalika is taking Fatiha at the end. So it's mabniyun ala al-fathi. It is built upon Fatiha. That Fatiha on it will never change, irrespective of your construction. Even if you construct from here to that position where that DSTV is, it will still remain what? Taking fatia. Look at the second statement. Akalitu zalika, I ate that. The fatia there is not because it's maf'ul bihi, because it's object of sentence. No. The fatia is there because it's what? It's mabniyu al-fatih, to always take fatia for life. So the third one says inna fi zalika. You can see fi affect zalika. If the fi affect zalika, it's supposed to be inna fi zaliki. Changing it to get so, but it is not so. The fi cannot affect the zalika. So because zalika is what? Mabniyu. So he said, so what that are mabniyu, they will always what? The letter you have given to them, the letter that we found with them, the end letter we found with them, they will always have that end letter, irrespective of the construction. We have a lot of words like that. Example is haythu. Do we get now? Example is what? Amsi. Example is what? Ala, all those particles. Do you get? Ila, min, man. You can see it's taking sukun, to not change it. So then I said that, look at the next point. Said below is a very short but resourceful poem to master Morob and Mabniyu words. Because for someone who is a learner, the last thing the person will think is, how will I know a word is Morob? How will I know a word is Mabniyu? So we have a poem for us here. The poem, we say, look at it, we say the bar of that poem, that means the rhyme is what? Rogers. Do we get? You can say Rojsutu or Urujuza. Do we get now? So that is the bar of the poem. So this is the poem here. The poem says, this poem was, I was taught this poem by my Ustaz, may Allah have mercy upon him, Ustaz Sharifuddin. So the poem goes thus: Tahta bina'in mudmarun wa mubhamu.
Tahta bina'in mudmarun wa mubhamu.
Madi wa amru summa harfun fafhamu.
Madin wa amrun thumma harfun fafhamu.
So once more. Tahta bina'in mudmarun wa mubhamu.
Tahta bina'in mudmarun wa mubhamu.
Madin wa amrun thumma harfun fafhamu.
Madin wa amrun thumma harfun fafhamu.
Wazza'irul asma'u wal mudari'u.
والظاهر الأسماء والمضارع
كلاهما معرب يقضي الواقع.
كلاهما معرب يقضي الواقع.
مستفعل 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 مستفعل
مستفعل مستفعل مستفعل مستفعل مستفعل مستفعل.
So that is the poem. Very resourceful poem. You can see it is concise and it has a lot of information. It has been translated beneath, but I'm going to translate normally, so that will help us academically. So said tahta bina'in, under those indeclinable words. That means they want to list to us the indeclinable words. Tahta, under them, under bina'in. When you say something small beneath you, the masdar is bina. You get? It's still the same thing with mabni they are saying there, but they use the masdar here. So under those things that are indeclinable, that means that their end can never change. Then you under those things here that are what? That are mabni you. You will get now. That's what they are trying to translate to you. Say mutmarun, all domir that you know. It can be domir mutasil or domir what? Munfasil. Any domir you have seen, when they tell you this thing is domir, it will always be what? Mabni you. Do we get now? So the Afana continue say wa mubhamu, and also all words that are what? Mubham. You know, in Arabic we have, basically when we are dividing our noun, we divide it into three. Let's listen. So we have domir, we have ismu zohir. Do you get now? We also have what? Domir, and we also have what? Mubham. Again, division min aisil taqsimul ismi min aisil al khusus. When you are considering the specialty, we We have this one that what zohir. Like if I say waladun now or zaidun, that is a zohir now. But if I say mujmal, that means domil, like huwa, anta, that is under mujmal. Mubham are those one that they are ambiguous. If I say in Nahw fi zalik is inside that is ambiguous until it is now being clarified when you mention another word after them. So some of those mubham include what? Ismul ishara, ismul mawsul, ba'du adawat istifham. Do we get now? So they will say they are what? They are under what? Mubhamu. Do you get now? So when you see ismul ishara like hada, azihi, zalika, tilika, you should know that they are always what? Mobini you. When you see ismul mawsul, alladhi, allazina, do we get now? Allati, what again? Allahi. So those ones too, they will be what? They will be mobini. But the one in between, like alladani and allatani, those ones are more of. However, but generally, the other we have mentioned previously, like allazi, alladina, allati, allahi, allawati, they are what? Mobini, because they are under what? Mubham. Another what? Adawatul istifham, like aina, where, kaifa. So those words like that too, they are also under mubham. So they are also what? Mobini. So therefore continue that other those things that are also mobini is what? Molding, meaning that all fi'l madi you see of any form, jalasa, jalasat, jalasu, jalasna, any word, kafaro, kafaru, they are, since any word they told you that this word is fi'l madi, your mind should go straight that it is also what? Mobini. Say wa amru and fi'lul amr. All fi'lul amr of any kind, they are also what? Mobini. Summa, after that, harufun, all particles, all harufu. No, we told us that we have ismu, teksimul kalam, we have ismu, fi'l, and what? Harf. All harufu you know. Do you get it? Can be harufu nasbi, harufu jarwi, harufu of anything. When we say that thing is haruf, just know that it is what? Mobini. So all these things we are mentioning now, if you don't get this song very well, this song we are discussing now, when you get to doing Irab, when you get to now, we started doing Irab, the person will start having problem. So that's why it's very, very important to master the song. So Fafham said you should understand this. Fafham is not among the mobini, it's just to make the poem rhyme. Do we get now? That's why the Fafham is put there. You are not saying that Fafham is this thing. Do we get just additional statement? Now you can see this Fafham for those who understand Arabic. Sukun is not written here. This is a fi'l amr, supposed to be Fafham. But however, it's the ruler to shin that made them to give it to a domo. Why? Because of tesrain. Because you are using Rogers. So when we use Rogers, this particular place, the end part of our two lines, this is our first line, and these are what? This is our second line. This is our second line. Do you get? The second line. The end part must what? Must rhyme. Do you get now? The end part always rhyme when you are using Rogers. Although your this thing may not rhyme, your what we call kofia, do you get, may not rhyme, but the end part you make it to what? You make it to rhyme. So that is called testing. That's why, because here it is written mubhamu. That's why this one is also written as what? Fafhamu. Do we get now? So we are. Let me quickly brush this again. Start have been under what is indeclinable words. Include what? Mujmal, all pronouns. Wa mubham, all domir. Wa mubhamun, ambiguous word like ismul ishara, ismul mawsul, adawatu istifham. Do we get now? So that is that. Modin, all fi'l madi you know. Wa amru, all fi'l amru you know. Summa harfun, and afterward harfun too. All particles you know. They are under what? Mobini. So fafam, you should understand this. Wa zahir, you know, we told us that we have mujmal, mubham, and zahir. Look at the three division of nouns. A noun can be what? Zahir. A noun can be mujmal, and a noun can be what? Mubham. Those are the things. So the person said there was Zahir. Another Zahir, we have al asmahu, ismu, like waladun. That's when you mention, you know that okay, somebody is being mentioned. You know the person. You get now Zahir. So al asmahu, your general nouns, they are Zahir. wal mudari and fi'l mudari too. So therefore is not taking the two together, that when you see ismu and fi'l mudari, kilahuma, each of them mu'rabun, is always mu'rab. You don't say kilahuma mu'rabano. Kilahuma mu'rab. So when you use kila like that, the ismu fraud that will come after it. Do you get now? So kilahuma mu'rabun, each of them is what is mu'rab. That means they are declinable. Generally, on a general note, your fi'l mudari and ismu should be what? Declinable. Therefore now mention something which is important. Yakudil, very important. However, this their declinability goes with what? With the situation. Meaning that this ismu that we say they are declinable and fi'l mudari that they are declinable, sometimes too they can also be what? They can also be mabniyyu, depending on their situation too. You may see ismu or you see fi'l mudari and they will tell you they are what? They are mabniyyu. Do you get now? So again, it's under apparent words, al asma'u, nouns, the general nouns, wal mudari and fi'l mudari, kilahuma, each of these two, each of ismu, each of noun or fi'l and fi'l mudari, mu'rabun, they are declinable, meaning that they can change in sentence. Yakudil wakim, however, they go with what? They goes with situation of that context. Now, so that is on what we want to discuss on Murab and what and Mabni. So in summary again, we have Murab and Mabni. Murab are declinable words that can change with situation depending on what is acting on them or the position they are. While Mabni, you are those words that are what? That they don't change, their engine don't change irrespective of the situation of